The first time I met Sahil Nijhawan was at a high-level tiger conservation meeting held in the Corbett Tiger Reserve in 2011. Sahil was already hobnobbing with the who's who of tiger conservation. Meanwhile, I was just the intern, handing out room keys to the delegates. Nonetheless, we struck up a friendship, and 1 month later, he invited me to assist in his field study in the gorgeous, glorious landscape of the Dibang Valley in Arunachal Pradesh, a biocultural diversity hotspot that he's come to call home and a place of co-working. In the decades since that encounter, I've discovered Sahil to be a talented multi-hyphenate. Honestly, he would be intimidating if he weren't so humble. Sahil has conducted interdisciplinary conservation research in Latin America, South Africa, and India. He's affiliated with the Zoological Society of London, Nature Conservation Foundation India, the ICCA Consortium, and the Coexistence Consortium. He's also a member of the Dibang Team, an Idu-led biocultural conservation initiative. Sahil's ongoing research and collaborative conservation work in Northeast India began with his doctoral research, which studied the ecological, cultural, and political relations between wildlife and the Idu Mishmi people of the Dibang Valley. In the early days of this research, Sahil met and befriended Iho Mitapo, a young Idu Mishmi who became a key collaborator and interpreter. Iho is the first certified river guide from the Idu community, and he founded a homegrown ecotourism venture, Dibang Adventures, with the aim of preserving Dibang's unique landscape while engaging unemployed local youth. Like Sahil, he too is a member of the Dibang Team, where he coordinates the activities of Elopa Etugu Community Eco-Cultural Preserve, otherwise known as ESEP. It's a community-conserved area spanning 76 square kilometers of his ancestral land. The Idu community has a remarkable culture of conservation that has allowed the biodiversity of the Dibang Valley to flourish. In fact, studies have revealed more diversity in the Idu community forests than in government-notified protected areas in the region. Their creation story, the one that tells of the birth of the first Idu and the first tiger, provides a glimpse into the relationship that the Idu people share with their land. Here's Iho narrating that story.
बहुत पहले की बात है जब दुनिया पूरा खत्म हो रहा था, जिस समय में वोल्केनो इरप्शन हो रहा था, दो ही इंसान बच जाते हैं, जो एक पिताजी होता है और एक बेटी.
With this cataclysm threatening humanity, the supreme creator spirit proposes a solution to the surviving duo.
तो इसीलिए वो स्पिरिट जो पिताजी है उसको बोलता है कि आप अपना बेटी को शादी करो.
Upon hearing this idea, the girl flees her father and climbs a tree. But with the threat of extinction looming large, she finally agrees and soon becomes pregnant. But when the child is born,
उसका शरीर में बहुत स्ट्रैप्स था और उसका दांत काफी नोकीला था.
Shocked and disgusted by its beastly appearance, the girl abandons the baby, who walks off into the deep forest. Father and daughter soon have another child, and this one is a human baby boy. In the village, the boy grows into a strapping lad, and in the forest, his elder brother grows into a powerful tiger. One day, the boy encounters the tiger in the forest, and they immediately recognize each other as blood brothers. Together, the brothers hunt a sarau, but when it's time to eat, they come to an impasse. The boy wants to take the meat home to cook and share with his parents, but the tiger replies that he doesn't need to cook the meat. And in fact, his thirst for blood is so great, he even thinks about drinking the blood of his parents. The boy runs home to complain to his mother, and together they hatch a plan. He challenges his older brother, the tiger, to a race to cross the river. Whoever reaches the opposite bank first will kill the other, he says. The man takes the bridge, but the tiger decides to swim. He's a powerful swimmer and he's going to win the race. But to save her second-born son, their mother runs onto the bridge and releases a box full of deadly insects onto the child she abandoned. Distracted and pursued, the tiger drowns and is swept away by the current. The mother had killed one son in order to save the other. Now she is consumed by guilt and regret, and so she places a curse.
टाइगर अगर इंसान को मारता है तो वो टाइगर खुद भी मरेगा, और अगर जो इंसान है वो टाइगर को मारता है तो वो इंसान भी मरेगा.
Meanwhile, the overflowing river carries the tiger's body to the ocean, and eventually its bones pile up on the shore. Attracted by the brilliance of the bones, a stork decides to incubate them. She sits on them for 3 years. And then, one day,
वो हड्डी जो है फट के उसमें से सबसे बड़ा चीज होता है वो टाइगर निकाल आता है उससे. टाइगर सबसे बड़ा पहाड़ जो इंसान से काफी दूर है वो जगह में भेज देता है। उसके बाद दूसरा जो आता है वो लेपर्ड होता है, जो थोड़ा सा नीचे में जो छोटा पहाड़ है वहाँ पे भेज देता है। उसके बाद बहुत सारा और छोटा छोटा कैट स्पीसीज लाइक क्लाउडेड लेपर्ड, एशियाटिक गोल्डन कैट, मार्बल कैट, वो सब जो है गांव के पास वाला जंगल में चला जाता है।
From the same hatching, cracking bones also emerge dangerous diseases. Leprosy, epilepsy, and blood dysentery, all to be inflicted upon people who break cosmic rules and spirits that render retribution when such rules are broken. The most powerful are the spirit tigers that work on behalf of Golong, the spirit master of wild animals that no one but an Igu or an Idu shaman can see. So you see, in Idu mythology, man and tiger are brothers, and thus Idus are not allowed to hunt any member of the cat family. I'm Kara Tejpal, and I'm the curator of Cataplisms, a project by Dark and Light Scene that meets at the intersection of cats and capitalism to explore the world through a feline lens. We've heard the origin story from Iho. Now we join his collaborator Sahil in the rich forests of the Dibang Valley. Together, this duo has made some astounding discoveries new to science, one of which we explore here. A huge thanks to our sound designer Tushar Das, and a shout out to the talented artist Sudarshan Shaw, whose incredible illustrations accompany the story. Now get ready to meet a fine feline, a true master of disguise.
The local tales of mountain tigers, both of flesh and spirit, drew me to Arunachal Pradesh's Dibang Valley in 2012. Little did I know that many other stories were also waiting to unfold. I teamed up with the Idu Mishmi, the indigenous people of the Dibang River Basin, to place cameras across their forests. Iho, my brother, Nabajibi, my Idu godfather, and I would go into the jungle with our Idu guides and collaborators, usually the customary owners of the traditional forests. We would spend the day placing cameras, while in the evenings, we huddled around the fire to keep warm. Around these fires, I tried to learn the Idu language, 20 new words a day. I lived with Idu families, participated in local festivals, and helped with domestic and farm chores to understand everyday lived interactions between the Idu people and the non-human world, including wild animals. I also spent time with Idu shamans to learn Idu mythology, customs, and belief systems. 20 months and more than 200 camera traps later, the images began to come in. We found ourselves staring in amazement at snapshots of a medium-sized cat in a striking array of colors. 3 sets of cat images confused us in particular. The first one with spots like those of a leopard. The second one was darker with jaguar-like rosette patterns. And a third one was pitch black. These patterns resembled those of the leopard cat and the clouded leopard, other cats found in the Dibang Valley, but their sizes didn't quite match. We carefully analyzed the physical features of all these cats and researched the natural history of all wild cats found in the area of eastern Himalayas. Finally, we concluded that these different-looking, medium-sized cats in the images were, in fact, all one species, the Asiatic golden cat, Catapuma temaniki. Remember the Black Panther Bagheera from the Jungle Book? You know, Mowgli's confidant and mentor? Although black, he is a color variant of the common leopard. This phenomenon, where different individuals of the same species have 2 or more color variants, is known as polymorphism. While other wild cats, such as jaguars, jaguarundis, and oncijas, found in South America, also show polymorphism, we found that Asiatic golden cats are in their own league. In Dibang Valley, the Asiatic golden cat occurs in 6 different color variations, or also called morphs. They are the golden morph, which is the default orange type color from which the cat gets its name: the gray morph, the black or melanistic morph, the ocelot or the spotted morph, the cinnamon morph, and the newly reported tightly rosetted morph. Dibang Valley houses the largest number of different color variants of any wildcat species in the world. We regularly encounter multiple morphs whenever we camera trap in the Dibang Valley. The Idu people, too, find these multicolored cats fascinating. The darker variants are believed to rule over the most powerful tigers, sometimes even appearing to ride on their backs. Killing them is considered very dangerous, and there's a strict taboo on their hunting. But why does this cat occur in so many different colors in the same area? We looked deeper into our data, and to our surprise, found that different color morphs prefer different altitudes. The pattern types, that is, the ocelot and the tightly rosetted forms, were more commonly seen above 3,000 meters. The lower elevations, particularly below 1,700 meters, were dominated by the solid-colored morphs, the cinnamon, the golden, and the melanistic, or black. Curiously, the behavior of the morphs also varied. The patterned and the gray morphs were more nocturnal, while the other morphs were active throughout the day. Dibang Valley has a wide variety of habitats that change with altitude. Wet tropical forest in lower elevations transition into dense montane and cloud forest in mid-elevations that eventually give to alpine shrubbery at higher altitudes. We believe that different colors and patterns allow the golden cat to adapt to different habitats, providing the camouflage needed to hunt its prey successfully, and also to avoid being detected by larger predators that also prowl the same forest, the tigers and clouded leopards. Of all the wildcats in Dibang Valley, the golden cat, with all of its 6 morphs, was the most frequently photographed in our camera traps, which is an indication of a really good population size. So, it is very likely that the adaptability due to polymorphism has made the golden cat the most abundant wildcat in Dibang Valley. It's fascinating. However, many questions still remain. Do golden cats show this phenomena wherever they exist, or is it restricted to Dibang Valley? Could climatic factors like temperature or light conditions be determining the cat's range of coat colors? And many other curiosities. Further research and collaboration may shed light on these unique adaptations and the benefits they provide to species, particularly in a rapidly changing world where they must adapt quickly to survive.